welcome back to Testimony Tuesday. I'm Karyn Thomas, and I have with me the beautiful Karyn. My cousin. She's going to share her testimony with us. She is from Gangs Line, which is a charity that helps gangs and young people. Yeah, Karyn's going to share that. But she's from Gangs Line, and she's going to share a testimony about how her testimony impacted those who she was working with and the young people that she was helping. So let's start with Gangs Line. Like, why did you decide to join Gangs Line? Where did your passion for Gangs Line or for young people come from?
Well, originally, I was so actually really lost. I didn't actually know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So that's how it all started. But my dad was actually an ex-gang member himself. He started a company called Gangs Line. And back when I was 17, God gave me a vision, and I saw like young people on like a centre, and it's just this huge thing. But one piece of what he gave me was about working with my dad, which was interesting because at that time I had no desire to do that whatsoever. It wasn't something I really wanted to do. God showed me a passion within me for young people that I didn't even realise that I had. And it was really amazing because, and he showed me as well about all the steps of things that he's put me through and experiences I've had that was going to lead me to this exact place. So yeah, it was God that really gave me that desire and that passion.
So let's talk about like some of the experiences you had with your young people that you worked with Gangs Line.
Okay, so for me, one particular case was one young girl that I worked with about, must be just over 5-6 years ago now that I started working with her. I started working with her when she was 13 years old, and it was in a school environment. And when I first started working with her, so she was a young girl who wasn't involved in gangs, but she had relationships with those who were involved. And she wasn't keeping herself very safe. Like she'd been exploited in many ways, and you know, just like any other girl to age, they think they know what they're doing, they think they know what they're getting into, they think they can handle it, but they can't necessarily handle it. So I started working with her, and when I first started working with her, she was very kind of not sure about who I was, and you know, who are you to come talk to me? And I really felt, and this is the thing that God got me to do a lot, especially with the girls that I worked with. God just sometimes just laid on my heart just to share my testimony about the experiences I've gone through, because I'm someone who has been sexually abused in the past. And so I shared with her about that, and about how in my life, how God has impacted me, and how he kind of brought me to a place where I was able to heal and be restored. And it really kind of began to break down the barriers between me and her. And she then let out to me that she had been raped by somebody who was involved in gangs, and she had also been abused by someone within her family. And you could tell from how she was saying the pain that she was going through. And even though, you know, especially in black families, these things, you know, are kept so buried. You know, it's things you're not allowed to talk about. You don't say those things. Yes, it may have happened, but no one needs to know. You keep it under wraps, you know. And because she did that, she didn't realise how much she was affecting herself as a person, and how that had brought her to a place of promiscuity, and a place where she had a lack of identity, and a place of confusion. And just through the testimony that God told me to share with her, I could see healing start to appear in her life, and just being able to talk to someone about it. You know, she was, and it turned out that her family actually was from a Christian background, so she kind of really understood what I was saying. So God really kind of worked in that way, and He done that a lot. Actually, there's a lot of young girls out there who have been exploited, who have been raped, and who have been sexually abused, and it was very beneficial for them to be able to hear someone who's been through it, and to be able to express to them in ways they can't express to others.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. I think sometimes we don't even realise ourselves how much our testimony can really help someone or really encourage someone or really impact someone, especially those who do not know who Christ is. Like, it can really, really just share the love of Christ and show how He is real. That's really amazing.
And I think it sows a seed. Like, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, well, you know, have anybody actually got saved from these situations? And if it hasn't been something that, you know, we can see the fruits from straight away, God has shown me that, you know, the seed has been sown. And if not now, someone will later on water in that seed and it will grow. And I think we definitely have to just remember that.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's so amazing. Is there like an encouraging word you'd like to leave with someone who is maybe in like a working environment and they don't know how to share their testimony, or for somebody that is on the other side who is struggling with certain things and they want to know who Christ is, who have dealt with being sexually abused? Is there anything you'd like to share with
Okay, so first I would say, for those who are in a professional environment, if you find it difficult to be able to evangelize, or even not as big as that, just, you know, share a word or show Christ to others, I would just say start by being yourself. And, you know, it's very simply about your character, how you show others the love of Christ through you. And, you know, as you spend time with God and allow God to renew your mind and renew the, you know, and your actions and the things that you're doing in your own life, and if you allow people to see that, and even those vulnerabilities from you, you will start to see that people will notice a change in you. And as they notice that change, that's when you explain to them, let me tell you about my good friend Jesus. You know, and sometimes it can be as simple as that. And then from that, conversations then start, and then from that, testimonies can be revealed. And I think, you know, sometimes I think we overcomplicate how things should be done. And I think if we are just ourselves sometimes, and we just allow God to reflect through us, I think that is so much better sometimes than us going out of our way to specifically evangelize. Because I think it really then it kind of shows people who Jesus is before you tell them about who Jesus is. So I think you can never go wrong. So I'll just encourage you today to just take that step at work, you know, just, you know, show who God is through love. Maybe just make someone a cup of tea, you know, maybe you can see someone's upset, maybe take that few minutes out just to say hi. It can just start from as simple as that.
Yeah, I think that's so crucial. So I think a lot of time as well, I find that when I was working in particular places, people would ask questions a lot, and because I was so nervous about it, I was just like, that's right, I go to church. Whereas like that is like a big opportunity for you to share Christ in that moment, and I wasn't really grasping that moment and like taking it and being like, yes, I go to church, like wasn't know. But now I'm literally like, when anybody asks anything, I'm like, I go to church, like, you know, let me tell you a bit more, like this is what happened last week, like you should come one day, like, you know, just really use those opportunities as a time to just share Christ and share what He has done in your life, and just really show people that He is so real. So for anyone that has been sexually abused or dealt with anything like that, is there anything you want to share with them?
I think if you've been sexually abused or raped or even just exploited, you know, the biggest thing for me was when I've tried to face it alone. I think, you know, the biggest thing we try and do is hide it and stay isolated from certain people, and especially those who we know can see through those lies, you know. And I think the biggest thing I can tell you right now is don't. You know, it's that in those situations you need someone who you can talk to and who you can express certain things to. And when I came to Christ, you know, God really laid on my heart that if I talk about these things, obviously not to every single person necessarily, but in terms of maybe there's some specific people who, for example, like Rianne here, or a pastor, or even a counsellor, or a sister, or a family member, or someone who you can express those things to, that is the first step to healing process. Because if you're not able to talk about something, then that's going to continue to be something that is wound up within you, that you can't, you won't allow yourself to heal from. Because if you can't express that without crying, for example, that's normal. We need to be able to cry it out. We need to be able to let those emotions come through, because that's how we begin to heal. But when we try and keep it secret, when we try and keep it buried, actually what we're doing is we're not actually helping ourselves. We're trying to detach ourselves from the situation, but those situations can't be detached from, and they affect us in every way, shape or form. They start to affect your character, they start to affect the way you approach others. And so I will just encourage you right now that you start by picking up your word. Start by talking to God about it. Allow God to comfort you. Allow God to show you maybe why certain things are happening. Because sometimes we have, why? Why did this happen to us? And only God can have that answer. I can't have that answer. Rianne can't have that answer. But God can have the answer for you. And He can begin to show you how you can use that to maybe help somebody else who's gone through it as well.
You can find Karyn. Where can we find you? What's like your Instagram and stuff? Because I think it's important that you have someone here. Like, I want you guys to know, like, if you have been through something like that, like, I'm here and Karyn is here. For someone you can talk to and someone that can pray for you. So what is like do you have like an email or Instagram?
Yes, we'll get them.
Every time I do this, no one knows their Instagram. Oh my gosh.
So you can catch me on Instagram it's Karyn, spelled Karyn 1238. So Karyn 1238. Or but I'm soon to be launching a charity, which is to help young people who have been sexually abused or exploited, and this one is slightly different because it's away from gangs. It's going to be anybody who's been through this, and we'll be doing a program again using biblical principles as well, to help young people to come to a place of healing. So that will be coming up soon, so just look out.
Awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. Cool. So you can contact me as well if you just want prayer or just encouragement. Contact me at riannewhite.co.uk, or you can also go on my website and there's like a contact me form there as well, so you can check that out. If you need to contact me about anything, or if you want more details about Karyn's charity, just contact me through them and I can point you. So yeah. So thank you for coming, Karyn.
It's not a problem.
Thank you. It's awesome. So yeah, and before we go, gangs line. So people that have been involved in gangs, or how do we get in contact?
So for Gangs Line, we have a website. It's www.gangsline.com. So you can go straight there, and that will give you all the contact information for us, where to find us, and what we do there. And it gives you all the background information on that as well.
Love it! Yay! Well, I really, really hope this video encouraged you. I loved recording it. I had a really good time. It's just been great. But yeah, so please turn your post notifications on. Please subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. And yeah, we'll be back next Tuesday with a new video. I don't know who it will be at, but yeah, stay tuned. Bye!